9 times out of 10, no lawyer ever means to steal the money. They're just going to borrow it. And you can see how this happens, particularly in a recession. You have a cash flow shortage. You need money at the end of the month to pay the rent or a salary. You've collected a retainer. And you think to yourself, well, you know what? I'm really doing the client a favor by stealing their money. See, if I don't steal their money, I can't keep the firm open. Certainly no one in a jurisdiction with 200 other thousand lawyers could do this work with me. I'm really doing the client a favor. And I would call them and let them know that I'm doing them this favor. But why burden their weekend? Right? And I'm going to get a settlement next month, no problem. And so you just rob Peter to pay Paul. Here's the problem in now, is that Peter and Paul over the weekend become friends on Facebook. They start talking, the jig is up. You're in the back of the bar journal. I'm making fun of you. You don't want that to happen, all right? I'm going to tell you that the root of this, though, however, is this, is that people tend to, none of you, the bad lawyers who didn't come to the seminar, but other people in America tend to always get themselves, leave so little margin for error. They extend their finances to such a large extent so that if they don't have a good, great month, every month, it's the poorhouse. They spend all the way up until the very, very limit, and then as soon as you get to that point, you want to leave some margin and cushion. And I'm going to tell you that as someone who knows that from experience of seeing other people do it. I've never done it myself. Seriously, we had friends over the house the other day, and they blew me away. We were talking, and they said, hey, we were out, and we were looking at some art, and we put it on our wish list. I'm like, what the heck's a wish list? Like, well, this is a list of stuff, we have a list, and if we ever get really rich, these are the things we'll buy. I'm like, you wait till you have the money to buy stuff? What is wrong with you? That's un-American. You're bad for the economy. The rest of us buy it and figure out a way to pay for it later. Oh, don't act like I'm the only one, all right? And I'm finding out as I get older and mostly whiter, sadly, that isn't the right strategy. I learned that actually from not practicing law, but my other son, my 4-year-old, Devin. When I'm not doing this, I do what any of you would do, which is sit on the couch and watch cartoons with my son. And we're watching, his favorite cartoon these days is the Roadrunner. Now, you've all seen the Roadrunner. Every episode is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Beginning of the episode, a big box drops from the sky from the Acme Toy Company, right? Boom. And then inside is like a rocket launcher or a grenade or something that's going to allow the Wile E. Coyote to finally catch this elusive Roadrunner. And Wiley spends an entire half hour, right, blowing himself up. He's running himself off cliffs, in the walls. He never catches a Roadrunner. You know that. I know that. Devin doesn't get it yet. Every episode, he's on the edge of his seat. Go, Roadrunner, go. Now, this is cute the first 200-300 times, but after a while, I get a little concerned. And I say to my wife, baby, I think we need to get Devin tested. She says, you know, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm going to set up tests on Monday for both of you. I said, what's wrong with me? Besides the obvious. She says, let me explain this to you. See, every month you get a toy that comes onto our front porch. And it comes not from Acme Toy, it comes from Bose or Amazon or my new favorite purveyor of yuppie porn, Sonoma Williams. Oh, I'm the only one getting the catalog. They print it out just for me, right? I'm the only guy in here who owns a big green egg and like all the accessories. I'm the only guy in here with a $400 grilling thong. I said that wrong, didn't I? Grilling tong. The grilling thong, that's another catalog. I'll tell you about that afterwards. And every month, I run my family's finances in the walls, over cliffs, trying to catch that elusive thing called happiness. See, I know that the rule is he or she who dies with the most stuff wins. And that I will finally prove once and for all that God likes me best if I have the iPad 3 before you do. And I just want to encourage you to remind yourself that, you know what, it isn't a matter of that, all right? And to not put yourself in a position where you're constantly on the edge of disbarment because you have to have one more thing.